Hey there, I'm Christine Havrilla, and I'm here with American Musical Supply. My inspiration to pick up an instrument and write songs, first off, was my dad. I was luckily brought up in a musical family. My father played guitar, my aunt Roseanne played guitar, my uncle Angelo played drums, my cousin Butchie played guitar, my great-grandfather played the accordion, and my great-uncle played the mandolin. So I was fortunately always around older people playing instruments and playing music. So I was kind of just born into that. So I knew from the start, I mean, by the time I was 3 years old, I was touching the instruments and picking them up, and whether they were upside down or right side up, I was playing, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. Christine Havrilla and Gypsy Fuzz. You know, it's hard to put into one category. So we describe the music as neo-funkadelic folk pop twang rock, because I think that pulls from a lot of different genres. I'm inspired by a lot of different styles of music and a lot of different writers, and I don't listen to just one thing. So I would say that sums up the sound of our music, because it's a little folk, it's a little rock, it's a little pop, it's a little country here and there, and we just kind of just whatever comes out, comes out. I don't try to filter it too much. Yes, my latest project is a series of live sessions. So what we're doing is, instead of going into the studio and tracking and spending days and weeks and months sometimes mixing and editing, we're doing a bunch of live sessions where we have a different venue or a different setting each time, live audience, and do one or two takes of the song, and that's that. I'm just trying to give fans live, spontaneous things. You know, the recordings at the studio are one thing, but I think a lot of times people enjoy us in the live setting because we're really spontaneous. Even my band, they never know what's going to happen, so it's kind of like buckle up, hop on for the ride, and it's always a great, unique moment and experience each show for us. So that's why I'm trying to capture these live sessions. I've always been more of a musical thinking person. I know from way off when I was young, it was always music and sound that influenced me before the words and maybe what a song was saying. So growing up, I mean, I was listening to everything from like Led Zeppelin to Simon and Garfunkel. But when I started listening to bands like U2, and as far as guitar work, The Edge, I started really like, oh, something's happening. And as far as songwriters, when I started hearing more female songwriters, you know, I kind of missed the boat with the Carole Kings and all those big songwriters from the 70s, but I started listening to people like Jonathan Brooke and Sean Colvin and Sheryl Crow, and people like Sarah McLachlan, Case Choice, Sarah Bettens. Those people started influencing me. Maria McKee from Lone Justice. They all had a really unique sound and a way of presenting their songs, and I liked their bands and the sound of the bands too. So I think all those women were strong women in the music field, you know, various different levels, but they all influenced me in that regard. I'd say the Edge was he was the one that got me like delay. My first pedal I ever bought when I was probably like 12 or 13. I saved up my nickels and pennies and quarters. I got a delay pedal, and I love the sound. I love ethereal. Daniel Lanois is another guy that's like very influential with some of the sound. The reverse pedal, yeah, I love delay. So reverse delay is a cool effect. I use TC Helicon's Nova delay, and I use a couple of their products. I love the reverse because it just kind of gives you this weird, unexpected sound. Even with the acoustic, a lot of times these pedals are used with electric guitars, but I bring them all into the acoustic show. It just has a nice sound, and it kind of gets people's attention and ropes them in a little. I've been playing the 341C for many years, and I love that guitar because I can beat the out of it. You know, I bang on it, I dig in. I love that guitar because it gives me that cannon sound, the big, beefy, bold, warm sound that I love, and that thing is like my go-to. I mean, I've woven other guitars in and out of my performances, but the 341C, that old Takamine, is definitely my go-to and my favorite guitar. Our next thing is just continue on with these live sessions. My goal is to put out about 5 or 6. So 3 are recorded. 2015 is going to bring us at least 3 more live recordings, and we'll continue to play as a full band in local venues. And eventually, I mean, I'm writing songs again, so eventually there will probably be a studio album down the road. But for me right now and for Gypsy Fuzz, we're going to focus on the live sessions because it's a really fun project for us, and I think people are responding well to it.